It does take a while, obviously, to work out, because it's time. We have to measure from 88, 87 in OBS at the end of this. That takes Serrano, I should be saying. Hey YouTubes, I'm going to be running over the benefits of a certain Dilo build that I've been running since the most recent Horde test, as well as putting in the numbers as to why it may be the best sleeper build in the entire game for you to really get back into enjoying Carnivore again. So first of all, what is the build? Well, the build obviously is reabsorption, enhanced digestion, and then multi-chambered lungs. Up on the screen right now are the timers for the Dilo's food, water, and diet with these mutations in mind. And as you can see, the diet timer for Dilo is absolutely fucking massive. It is a huge bloody number. So, the food timer and water timer also don't really matter too much. In fact, you don't actually want to make Dilo's food drain any faster. This basically means that you always have room to fill up on more diets. It also means that you have room to basically eat whatever other junk you find lying around the map. So the next timers that will be on the screen will be the timers of running away from a raptor, and with the basically there you go. So you have the runtime of the Dilo of 153 seconds, and the runtime of the raptor of 166 seconds. The Dilo run distance is 2,030 meters, or 1.26 freedom-loving miles, and for the Raptor it is 2,167 meters, or 1.35 freedom-loving miles. This basically means that even with this build, you will effectively be run down by Raptors. But, very, very big but, there is a huge stipulation about this, which I will go on to explain right now. So here we have a very, very important PowerPoint presentation here. The crux of this is basically just showing, the main thing is, if this is a solo raptor trying to get you, and you are running away from it, because most raptors run a build of photosynthetic, gastronomic, and then another perk to either do more damage or keep them alive. Generally it's more damage, because a lot of raptors just want to kill the thing that they're trying to kill there and then. Very, very smart. You are being more intelligent. You are a ascended mind. You have communicated with Yakub himself, and he has given you divine providence to tell you to just go and just thug that thing out. So, what happens? You actually get a head start of 3 meters. And those 3 meters are huge. Because if the raptor is intelligent, the raptor will realize, you kept running. It's either A, you have multi-chambered lungs, in which case I need to burn through my entire stamina bar just to try to kill you, which isn't worth it. Or B, they are stupid, and they go, I'm going to keep chasing you, because you clearly have reached a point where you can't regen stam. If they stop at 60% and then try to regen their stam by trotting, and you just keep trotting as well, you will get away, because your trot is faster. The raptor will then be forced to now chase you. If it chases you, it will reach 0% stamina, and you will reach 0% stamina, and then you just face tank the raptor to death, which you can do. The raptor just won't have the stamina to actually do anything impactful to you. You basically force the raptor into a position where it has to fight you one-on-one, to which you have the health, and you have the damage to survive that encounter. If the raptor decides and can think that far ahead, and go, I do not want to be in a situation where I have no fucking stamina, and I get face tanked to death, which is bad for both of you, by the way, because you don't have to heal this off, right? If it doesn't want to be in that situation, it will just call off the fight. It will just start walking away, and you can just walk away, and you both just leave this encounter as unlikely friends. Absolutely wonderful. But as the crux of why multi-chambered lungs is so huge, furthermore, multi-chambered lungs actually makes you travel a further distance than running photosynthetic. Photosynthetic, yes, will get you there slightly faster. Is it worth it? Is 50 meters really worth getting there, 10 seconds faster? When you can just travel an extra 50 meters and also have this exact situation that I'm trying to show you on the screen right now? No, it probably isn't. Especially when we start going into the other things that make Dilo an absolute fucking unit right now. So here we are on a test server. This is Northern, and here is Dilo's available food options. We have boar as an AI, we have deer and chicken as an AI, and we have goat and sea turtle as an AI. You see here. Very, very strong. So we are with the raptor. We have the raptors one with boar, deer, rabbit, and then we have taco. Now, tacos, while good, will give you less lines than a sea turtle will do. So, the most important thing here is obviously the lack of goat. The fact that Dilo has the goat means that it can basically survive in highlands, south plains, west rail. It can survive somewhat in swamp, but sea turtle spawns on swamp are kind of iffy. And it's just much more reliant. And now we have the last part of this video where we basically put everything that we've learnt together. The question may be, why not do this with Raptor? This is because of the diets that I've already mentioned. Because Dilo has the goat, it basically makes it far easier for it to survive off of the AI alone. Because of the goat and the sea turtle, whereas raptors only have tacos, it's able to explore more of the map. Furthermore, with multi-chambered lungs, is able to travel further on the map for every single time you decide to run and then regen your stamina. You can also see on the clip above, there is a raptor chasing me after I did a hit on a bunch of raptors over there. And it's not really able to get me. It eventually needs to drop the chase. One, because it wasn't running photosynthetic, so I basically had the speed to just get away from it. And two, because multi-chambered lungs. It reached a point where it was below 60% and I kept running. It didn't want to take the fight where it has 0 stamina, so I was able to get away. The build therefore worked as it is meant to do. You see. Dilo I just find far easier to run this build with over Raptor. Furthermore, Raptor's abilities to actually hunt things is far more limited now due to the changes to bucking. Larger targets that will actually feed a pack of raptors will be able to buck you off instantly just about, and then just kill you. So effectively the raptor is forced to really just hunt things like Dilo. Hence why I think this build is very, very powerful right now for Dilo, because it is designed to get you away from the raptors and be very, very self-sufficient. Furthermore, the Dilo group size only goes up to 4. You can only have 4 Dilos, but you can have 8 raptors. So therefore at maximum, group size, the raptors are going to need far more food than the Dilos are, meaning the raptors will be forced to hunt far sooner than the Dilos will. Furthermore, for Dilo, your best time to hunt is at night time. Because you can survive in highlands with the goat, you can basically do a patrol where you move from West Rail to highlands and survive off of that route, going down to West Rail to try and get boars and goat and sea turtle, and then up in highlands you're going to be getting boars, deer and goat. You can survive in both. The most important thing about highlands is that there is no available water very, very close by in the actual J sector of highlands, where the big field is with all of the bushes. Meaning that you can effectively spam out your hallucinations very, very effectively there. Meaning, because Dilo is very, very self-sufficient with his diet, is able to travel around the map quite a lot, it means that when you do decide to fight with Dilo, you are fighting because you have chosen to do that fight. Not because you were forced into it, and not because you had to fight in order to get food. You pick your opportune moment to fight, which will be at nighttime, meaning that you effectively have basically guaranteed yourself the ambush. With the diet drain being slower, at 48 minutes, you can actually waste the time to basically stand around for about 30 minutes in highlands, just sitting down, waiting for a target to come by at nighttime for you to then hunt. And if the hunt doesn't go successfully, you can then leave. Even with max pack size for Dilo and Raptor, maybe yes, 8 raptors will be able to take down something like a dibble, but the risk is far more imminent. Whereas the Dilo ambush, compared to the raptors, is far more powerful. Because you just get the envenom, you get the hallucinations, you kill it. Whereas for the raptors, you start to pounce onto the dibble. The dibble could even buck one of you off, and you don't get that immediate grapple. And then it can snowball into the dibble's favor, especially with camping, yada yada yada. It's very, very bad. With the Dilo, even if the dibble camps, if you manage to land one bite just before he decides to camp, you can, of course, keep spamming out hallucinations for another 45 seconds, I'm fairly sure it is, which is very, very strong. That's a very, very important thing to note. You can effectively kind of avoid some of this camping situation as long as they're not on steep hills, on top of a rock, yada yada yada. So it's a very, very strong dinosaur. Furthermore, the ability to take out attackers from range is very, very strong. Dilo does very, very well versus Carno currently. It can tank the initial charge, get the bites for the envenom, and then make some distance away from the Carno. The Carno is now forced to run away. Of course, raptors can also do a similar thing, but it's far less sufficient for a solo raptor to go against a Carno than it is for a solo Dilo to go after a Carno. In my opinion, Dilo is very, very strong. Even with Cerrado, if you get the ambush on the Cerrado and very, very quickly envenom it, you can also kill a Cerrado. Especially with 2 Dilos. Whereas with 2 raptors, you can't really kill a Cerrado. I feel like Dilo is a very, very sleeper pick. Obviously, its hallucinations don't work properly. It's been about a year. We know some of the reasonings as to why the Dilo hallucinations aren't working properly. It is due to the water box underneath the map in certain areas. The Dilos just don't operate in the water box. And many questions have been raised to the devs. For example, AI can swim, but the Dilo AI cannot swim. AI can even go up steep hills and traverse the map in strange fucking ways. The Dilo ones can't. And obviously the reason for this is because the Dilo hallucination was made by Philippe, and the AI in the game was made by Amarok. So it's 2 different programmers doing 2 different development cycles to produce 2 different things. Hence why they behave differently. But still, obviously it would be nice if Dilo hallucinations work. We also know in the future that we will be getting potentially a flying form of hallucination, which could be a Quetz, or even a Dino hallucination in the water. I will of course suspect that when we do get Dino hallucinations in water, it will have to take all 3 charges for you to summon the Dino. So you could actually have a form of counterplay with the Dilos where you still go to water, and then you periodically run away from the water, run back, run forward, run back, just out of range from the water where the Dino can't actually grab you. And then the Dilo just wastes all 3 of its hallucinations, and then you just, eventually you're going to escape. So there's always that, but we'll have to see. But in my opinion, though, yes, Dilo is actually rather strong right now in a very different way of looking at the game. Instead of looking at the playable in terms of just PvP, if you focus more of it on PvE, or just the survival aspect of the game, Dilo I think is absolutely phenomenal, even with its bugs. And I hope that this build might even encourage you to try it out yourself, and I hope you have fun with it. But that's it. That's the Dilo video. That's all I have to say. There's probably some other points I could make, but I can't think of them, and I don't really care anymore. As that's it. Fuck off now, I guess.